What's up, everyone? It's your boy Sleepy Boy with something new, Kaiju Noir. Oh god, Noir. Oh my goodness. I hope I'm just pronouncing that correctly, but yeah. Think about kaijus. Think about hot babes, but they're kaijus. It's a visual novel. Yeah, as you can see, it's a demo. I haven't really bought the game. It's out on Steam. I think that is the full game, and it looks pretty lit, man. So let's check out the demo first before I dive in the future. And I'm testing the waters. If my viewers would like, if you guys and gals would actually like it, right? So yeah. If you're new to this channel, hit that smash subscribe button. Oh my god, I'm just so flustered. This is new, man. We're going outside of what I usually play, like Sakura Succubus and the current games that I'm currently playing. Yeah. But yeah, if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. If you don't want this intro, skip up to like the 2-minute mark. And other than that, if you're not new, watch this video and support my channel by watching my other videos. Yeah, let's get started. Hopefully this is recording. Yes, we are. All right. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Yep. Oh yeah. Kaiju, noun, from Japanese. First meaning, strange creature. Second meaning, giant monster. The third meaning is the unknowable creatures that dwell beneath the surface of the world. Feared, hated, misunderstood. New Monstropolis. Alright, a city of monsters, figuratively and literally. We giant beasts with dark hearts and darker souls trudge the streets of this stone world. It's been a decade since the war ended, and we kaiju chose to isolate ourselves in this place below the surface instead of coexisting with humans. The human culture pervades, though, seeping through the cracks and into every element of this underground existence. A life of tainted isolation or oblivion. Sometimes you have to make the difficult choices every day of your life. Harry. Every day another case. Every day another horror story from the city of monsters. Carrie. That's what you're here for, aren't you? Making a living on the fringe of society, closing the book on the stories that always end badly. Detective Caribara, you have a client! You started from your daily indulgence of self-loathing. The office around you the same as it was 20 minutes ago. Was this the life you expected when you began your career as a private investigator? Does this office make you feel like one of the charismatic PIs from the movies you watch every week? Your assistant, Alixorus, is looking at you in the way he does every time he breaks you out of your daydreaming. What does he see when he looks at you? Huh. I would like to consider myself a loser, but I'm a bit optimistic. I can't play with others or one of those anti-hero, one of those silver screen hard-boiled untouchables. Are we hard-boiled? No, let's go with the dramatic mouth. Does it really matter? Well, yeah, it does, because you actually give a damn what Alex thinks. Practically part of the same brood. Cracked your eggs together figuratively. You both went your own ways on that, but were there through all the weirdness that followed. He always has that grin on his face when he rouses you, so he probably still likes you. No doubt he would have thumped you with his cane if he didn't. Huh. What is it? Alex has worked with you since you started the agency, a few years after the gates closed between the worlds, lured by the prospect of reliable pay and lurid intrigue. In the years that followed, you'd failed to provide either on a regular basis. Part assistant, part taskmaster, he keeps the lights on, the tea strong, and your ego in check. Most of the time. You wish you could pay him more, or at least on time. Not a lot of folks beating down his door to hire a disabled veteran with more brains than a professor sandwich. Are we open for cases, or are you going to spend all night daydreaming? What does the sign on the door say? Right now, it says keep your snout out of my business, fucker, but I'm pretty sure I can have that cleaned off by closing. Sounds like we're open then. Can I get tea? We're out of tea, and the petty cash box is empty. We do have a client though. Fuck. You dig around in your pockets until you find some coins and hand them across the scarred desk. There's enough to get us through the week. Send in the client and get something to wake me up, please. Alex snatches the cash and walks back into the front room of the rented office. They come back a moment later with a nervous individual in tow. Rawr. Well. I can get behind that. You wish you could say the monster Alex gently ushers into the cramped office. You wish you could say the monster Alex. You wish you could say the monster Alex gently ushers into the cramped office. Fills you with confidence of a lucrative job offer, but they don't. Nervous, jittery, and trying not to take up a lot of space, they look like someone you'd be lucky to get a day's work from. You never could tell though. The city was full of surprises. Excuse me? I had to burp? Alright. They glance around the room, either looking to escape or for some telltale indication that they are in the right place. You don't know what a private investigator's office is supposed to look like, but this probably isn't it. Please take a seat. They look nervously at the chair as it only just noticing it and sits down, their wings wrapping around their legs protectively. Thank you. There's a long pause. Wait, is that? I don't know if that's a dude or a chick. I'm sorry, anybody can be classified here, man, fam, woman. There's a long pause in which you hear Alex quietly slip out the front door. You know, it often helps start conversations if we learn each other's names. I'm Caribara's. This is my office. It says so on the door, or it usually does. You can call me Detective. I'm Maxora, Detective, Miss. Alright, Miss Maxora. That's a good start, Miss Maxora. Now, how can I be of assistance? No doubt you'd like to discuss a matter of some delicacy. Otherwise, it wouldn't be in my office. She looks up and you see the fractured eyes of her eyes, cold, beautiful, and scared. I need help, Detective. Music to your pointed ears. That I gathered from the fact you're sitting in front of me. How can I be of assistance? I'm not the usual first point of call for folks in trouble. There's a police station just down the road. She looks down again, her claws clicking against each other as she rolls her rings nervously. Someone has some information about me that they shouldn't. Things I can't have get out of to my family. That's why I couldn't go to the police. Blackmail? She nods. And you can't just pay them off? Not without asking my family for money, Detective. And they would want to know what it is for. You nod back. Common enough story. One you've heard a dozen times before, no doubt an encounter with the wrong monster she doesn't want getting out. And can you tell me what they have on you? Something bad enough to get you in trouble with the family. She shakes her head vigorously, tears welling up in her eyes. I can't tell you that, Detective. I've done things that I'm ashamed of. And the less you know, the less danger you're in. You raise an eyebrow, an unusual addendum. The less I know, the harder it is for me to do my job, Miss Maxora. But I will respect your privacy, no extra charge. You scribble on your second last business card and slide it across the table. This is my retainer. I charge by the day, not the case. First day in advance, there may be expenses, especially since I'm going in without a lot of information. She picks up the card, glances at it, and nods without hesitation. Well, I can't tell you where the message said to go and who to find. Is that enough to start you off, Detective? From the front room, you hear Alex return. That's a good start. Can you show me the message? It might give me something more to go on. No, sorry. I don't have it with me. Fine. You can leave details with my assistant out front as well as the retainer. Anything you can tell me about them? About what they want? She stands, shaking her head and reaching for her bag. The blackmail demand only included the name and a place, so that I could find him when I was ready to pay up. She leans across the desk, the light glinting on her jewelry and the cold blue of her eyes. I would like this to be handled quietly, Detective. It would mean a lot to me, personally, if we could just make this all go away. There's obviously more she isn't telling you, but you aren't being paid to pry into her reasons. I'll do my best, Miss Maxora. But I'm no bodyguard or a hired thug. If you want someone disappeared, I'd recommend the police station down the road. I'm sure their rates are more than reasonable. I'm sure you'll do just fine, Detective. And please, call me Max. A frightened gal, blackmail, danger. Sounds something that I shouldn't be going into. But hey, they don't call me the detective for nothing, huh? You were doomed from the start. Chapter 1. Alright. Alex walks back in the room a few minutes later, mug in one hand and a slip of paper tucked behind an ear frill. Well, she was quite the character. Did she pay? He puts a cup neatly on the desk. The liquid inside is black as a lagoon at midnight and smells like molasses. In cash. Nice, crisp, new bills all tucked up neatly in the safe. By the bulge in her wallet, there's plenty more in there. Can I get a new chair and claim it as a business expense? Mine is falling apart, shall we say. Tempting. I wouldn't mind a new hat, to be honest. Keep shredding them. You have horns, Kari. You aren't supposed to be wearing hats. I know, but when was the last time you saw a detective movie without the PI wearing a hat, huh? Good point, but I get my chair first. Deal. If we're gonna get a few days out of this case, I'll not only get you a new chair, but pay you for the last 2 weeks. Alex shrugs and pulls the paper from his fin, handing it across. Do what you can, Carrie. We're in this together. Well, you deserve to get paid too. I get my pension, not entirely helpless without you. I've seen how much they care about vets. Wouldn't trust a hatchling to survive on that pension. I get by. Anyway, here's the details on that messenger in Hangout. On the messenger in Hangout. Sorry, I screwed that one up. Former is unknown to me, though the police might have something. Latter's a dive off the main strip. Been there a few times. How are the drinks? Cheap and nearly lethal. Just like how I like them. You pick up the slip of paper and scan Alex's meticulous lettering. The last gulp. Craglin Lorraine Thrack. She really is playing this one close to the scales. I couldn't get anything out of her. Not even a description. What the hell have you gotten us into? A case, that's what. Which is more than we had this morning, or yesterday, or last week. Alex leans against the doorway and taps his cane uncertainly. Just don't go wasting all the money on the flicks and hats. Try not to laugh as you drink your tea. So what's the plan? Go scope out the place? Check with the cops? I know Rudders down at the station owes us a favor after last time. Interesting. I don't want to go to the police first. I kinda got beef with them. You know, as a private investigator. Even though I am a veteran. Let's go to the last gulp. I'd rather not deal with the cops any more than I have to. They give me a license to do this, doesn't mean they like me doing it. They aren't all bad down there, just the bad ones. How do you tell who the bad ones are? If those movies you watch are anything to go by, the bad ones all have mustaches. How many kaiju do you know of that are capable of growing mustaches, really? Anyway, I'm gonna head to the gulp and poke around. Wait, is that? No, that's Carrie, that's me. And poke around till either Lorraine Thrack shows up or I get bored enough to call it a night. Either way, you get to drink bad drinks and send the bill to Miss Maxora. Win-win, right? Alex chuckles and walks back into the front room. You might think differently after you tried your drinks. Alright. The last gulp is about what you'd expect for an ancient dive bar in this part of town. Rough stone brick, uneven windows, the smell of industrial waste can kaiju vomit. You don't like going to bars in the first place. Too many monsters vying for space, too much noise, too few answers. As you approach the doorway, a bulging shape to the left of this door stands and extends an antlered head. Evening? You touch your four horns in acknowledgement. They grunt back a sound more heavy machinery than communication. Busy night? They shrug their shoulders and push open the door with their tail, leaving behind a black trail of ink. You get the point and ease past into the bar. Not much of a talker, huh, this one. Inside the bar is as crude as the outside, showing its age as one of the city's oldest drink pits. Not despised, just mostly forgotten. The bar and tables are all stone slabs, probably hewed from the same quarry as the bricks that make up the rest of the building. The bartender watches you enter with one head and the television mounted above the bar with the other. A smattering of kaiju sit around various tables on one side doesn't fit anyone's stools. A couple of them look up from their drinks, but most just keep drinking like this might be their last gulp after all. Trying to look like another worn-out monster after a hard day, you make your way to the bar. What'll it be, Slick? You look around the limited drink selection. Alex was right. Everything that doesn't look like it was brewed in a refinery is cheap rot gut you could use to remove rust. Probably best to stick with a soda. Monster Mash sounds cool. The purple can the bartender slides across here is a festooned with pictures of various movie kaiju. Or festooned. You can't help yourself but sing part of the advertising jingle under your breath. They do the mash, they do the monster mash. You slide a couple of coins across the bar and sit on the bar stool. The bartender pushes back, less change than you'd expect, but you don't comment. You a cop? You're broken from your quiet observations of the bar area, trying to figure out who could be the blackmailer just by appearance. Turns out that doesn't work. What? Most folks come here to drink. Most folks come here to drink and don't give a damn about anyone else. You're scoping out the place. If you're a cop, tell me now so I know who to call if you end up in the alley out back. That freaking F's up my throat, man. That happens often? The bartender shrugs, their one head still not moving from the screen. Sorry for the background noise, it's raining hard. Not that you'd hear, kaiju here mostly keep to themselves, so cop or not? Not. You place your private investigator badge on the bar so only the bartender can see it. I'd guess you say I'm freelance. The bartender looks affronted, both heads swiveling around to look you up and down with matching scowls. An iron claw? Then you really won't be popular around here. Folks don't like nosy flat pads sticking their muzzle where it don't belong. You don't have to worry about me, bartender. I'm only here to find someone. I'm not about to cuff or stomp any of your regulars. Just don't cause trouble in here, got it? Steinra out the front does a good job at dealing with trouble. But I hate having to replace the furniture and clean the mess off the walls when they're done. No trouble here, just doing my job as quietly as I can. No stopping indeed. The bartender nods both heads and turns back to their show. What you doing? Do know, it's either one of those old human monster movies or documentary. Acting is terrible either way. So, who's winning? The head not watching the monitor spits into the sink? Us. So it's probably just a movie. Their tone tells you everything you need to know. After working with Alan for years, it's become easy to spot those who came back. You were there? They nod ahead. Right near the end. Lied about my brood year, went out, barely came back. Lied about my age again to get a job here. Been here ever since. Well, not the worst place to end up. They don't reply. You slowly work through your drink, getting a feel for the place. It's not as bad as you thought once you block out the smell. The name's Rax, by the way, so who are you looking for? The bartender is still watching the movie, which is now showing a giant kaiju wrecking a power plant that crumbles like cheap wood. Someone named Lore Thrak, know him? Again, the non-committed shrug. Maybe. Most folks don't deal in names here, or real ones at least. You sigh, knowing where this is going. Anything I can do to help you, remember. Depends, you any good? At what? Answering vague questions? I'm fucking great at it. Try me. Ask another. One head laughs and the other growls. Wise ass, I'd watch that muzzle around here if you like your teeth. I mean, you any good as a detective and you know it. You give a variation of their non-committal shrug. The rain is pulling down hard. I might actually end this video shorter than I thought it would be ending. I've ended a few marriages and closed my share of cases. Need something to look into? They pierce the top of another can with a pincer and hand it to you. I got something for you. Not now though. You got a card or something? You hand over the last of your business cards. They glance at it skeptically. Skeptically. Oh, you're the one Alex works for. You know Alex? Long story, don't ask. I see him around here sometimes though. They pocket the card in their apron and nod to a table off to the back of the bar. Lorathrak is over there. You can't miss him. The indicated table holds a single occupant, hunched, spiky, and drinking like they are prepared to go on drinking forever. One of my best and worst customers. Drinks all night, never says thanks. Some fucking gratitude wouldn't go amiss. Ever spit in his drink? Both mouths grin widely. Every fucking night. Tried to stiff me on the tab one night. Don't try to screw with a two-head. We don't forget and can spit twice as hard. You pick up your drink and stand up from the bar. Remind me never to piss you off. Anyway, look me up when you got time. I'll help you out. They nod, go back to watching the end of the movie, and you head towards the occupied table in the back. As you approach the back table, you catch a stink coming from Lorathrak. Dank. Wow, this guy's dank, fam! The musty, alcohol-ridden, the stench of a loner you're all too familiar with. The table before them is littered with empty cups, the bartender obviously not wanting to get any closer than they have to. Lorathrak? Is that your name? They look up, peering up to you over the top of their drink, eyes trying to focus in the poor light. What to tell ya? If you're selling something, I don't want any. Alright, I'ma save this here, because it's raining hard. So thank you for watching. Hope you liked the video. This is new for the channel, not new for YouTube. So if you want to play the game, it's out on Steam for $10 or in itch.io. I'm not gonna give the link because YouTube really hates links, especially on places that's 18+. If you're not new, well, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting this channel throughout the years, or I guess months or days, or for how long you've been watching me. And once again, subscribe, like, comment, share it to your friends. Thank you again. See you next time, next episode. Stay safe, good luck. Bye!